subscribe to Mchenry Man Show.
Do it! Just do it!
Coming to you from Industry Sound Studio in Modesto, California, it's the Mchenry Man Show. I wanted to get into, we started to ask
intro, icebreaker.
We started talking to you about how you got into your podcast and what that's about.
God, I don't know if we want to switch so quick with that, man. This mine's a really sad story. You guys got tissues? No,
could have been a segue.
You know, I'm a huge boxing fan. You know, I love the sport since I was a little boy. Long story short, when I moved here to Modesto, California, because I'm from San Jose, so when I, decided to go over the hill and settle here, I was commuting a lot. And one of my really good friends, Butch, was also an amateur fighter. He was a working man as I was, and we would have these long conversations because he would be at work and I would be either driving to work or coming back. But he was self-employed, so we would sit on the phone and argue constantly about what fighter's better, pound for pound list, what news are happening, and that was my boxing brother. And Butch Collins, rest in peace, brother, was still an active guy. We both stopped, doing the whole bucket circuit, going out there and competing, all that. We hit like our 30s already and just kind of realized it's never going to happen, right? So Butch, though, would still go to the Oakland gym called the King's Gym, and he would spar. He still would spar. And just by dumb luck, man, he ended up getting a blood clog in his brain.
Oh, shit.
Didn't know about it, went home, was acting really funny. So he ended up passing away. Okay, so this was a guy that was very, very close. This was the only guy that was able to really kind of vent out with somebody that understood my sport to the level that I understood it, right? Mm-hmm. So I got really depressed, okay? Didn't know I was depressed. I just got, depressed.
I've been there.
And then I ended up gaining, I was at 220. And I was just drinking and just that. And my younger sister... And I was a kind of guy where, cell phones was new to me, because this happened back in 2007.
Yeah,
2007.
Razor flip phones was the shit.
So, I didn't have a computer. I was a union plumber for, at that time I was probably going into my, 15th year, I don't remember. And so I had no need for computers and I just needed a phone to call, and then I was good, right? So my sister comes down and I think she had got word from my wife at that time, was like, hey, your brother's really he's going down the deep end, he's not talking to me about it, because I've always been that type of individual where I grew up was to suck it up, and just move on and do your business. And that's what I did, I was a provider and I provided. Mm-hmm. So my sister comes down and brings a computer and, she's like, hey, check this out. And she introduces me to YouTube and I'm like, fuck is this? I got a television. My sister's name's Vanessa. I got Vanessa. I got a television. Like, what are you doing? She goes, no, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. These people talk boxing, and I was like, what? And you gotta remember this: boxing is a niche sport.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like baseball. It's not like football. It's none of that. So there is no radio shows. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you can rely on, and there's just like a bare minimum. You either order Ring Magazine, KO Magazine, and you got all the information from there. Even the internet was new, and I didn't have a computer, so I didn't know that there was internet boxing sites. So my sister's like, check this out. Well, these guys come on. She shows me the first show, which was called Pound for Pound, and it was like 4 guys, and they were talking. I can't remember what fight they were talking about, what fighter and stuff. And all I kept saying is, because I'm one of those quarterback, couch guys. These fucking guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, what are you talking about, dude? So I'm ranting and just going, right, like an old senile man in front of his yard telling kids to get off his goddamn lawn. And my sister's like, hey, if you're that good and you're that smart, why don't you do it? I go, well, give me a camera. Give me a camera and I'll do it. And sure enough, I did. And I did it just to prove a point to her. These guys know what they're talking about. But I really didn't think anything was going to come from it. So I put it up. I got some response. It wasn't a big response. Put another video, another response. And it was 4 or 5 people that were communicating with me. And I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. Because we were now chatting boxing. I was, typing back to these people. I was like this, literally. right? And next you know it, Jack Mosley, who's a famous fighter who fought Oscar De La Hoya, dad contacts me through the internet. Well, it's actually his publicist.
Wow.
Says, hey, like for you to come down and interview Jack. And I'm like, look, I didn't go to school for any communication. I have none of that. I'm just your regular meathead, freaking blue collar guy that loves this sport to death, and I spend every dollar that I can to feed this addiction that I have, which is boxing. And he said, it's no problem, come on down. So I was like, all right, I had this little rinky little dinky camera, and I took it and did an interview, came back, and it hit like 100,000 views.
Nice.
Next thing you know it, another fighter contacts me, and it just started rolling. And then other people that were already well established in the boxing community, just as journalists, started hitting me up like, hey, man, what do you think about this? And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And I remember this really well. Me and my wife were sitting on the couch. There's a fight on, and my wife goes, wouldn't this be crazy if you end up interviewing all these fighters and this show just takes off? I think I was like 6-7 shows in. And I was like, nah, this is just a fad. It's just going to fade out, and then I'll go back to my normal life, right? No. Next thing you know it, I'm in L.A., I'm over here, I'm in Apple Valley, I'm in Las Vegas, I'm in Reno, and I'm doing all these interviews and talking to all these different fighters. And then that's when I said, there's got to be a better outlet than YouTube, because at that time it was a 10-minute run. Okay? And a buddy of mine that did a website called Stand and Fight Art goes, have you ever thought about doing podcasting? And I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
And then he shows me, and I was like, I don't know, you hook it up and I'll do it. Sure enough. So I was like one of the 3 first guys to start doing boxing podcasts, and then the rest is history from there.
Nice. Very nice.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And here I am.
Yeah, that's
Fresh off the boat, man.